Hello, hello. Hi. Last 2 months ago, I did an event in Saudi Arabia. So we were supposed to start at 6, but people came in at 7. We had a break at 7:15 because it was already scheduled. So 15 minutes presentation, and then I had to speak in English, but the people who were there cannot understand English. Most of them were Arabic. So somebody was translating, and 15 minutes, everybody disappeared. So anyway, we are not doing that here. We will start. Let's wait for maybe a couple of minutes more just to wait for the guys. I hope everyone can understand English here. I don't think we have some issue like in Saudi Arabia for sure. Okay. I think we will start, yeah? Okay. Let me just give you a brief introduction on ARRI before I proceed with the... I know some of the people already know about ARRI, but just this might be interesting for you guys. It all started in 1917. Our founding father, August Arnold and Robert Richer. They started a company called ARRI. The name came from the last two letters of the first two letters of the surname, Arnold and Richer. That's why the name ARRI came in. The interesting fact is that they rented a small shop in Munich. They started with one original product, that is a digital camera copying machine. Not digital camera, sorry, my mistake. It's a film copying machine back in 1917. Robert Richer, got a present or a gift from his parents, a lathe machine. They bought a used projector from local market in the Munich, and they built first copying machine. This small shop is being the same headquarters which we are located currently, but it has grown in size of an entire city block. It's the same place. And after a couple of years, they produced a film. They were filmmakers themselves. Both of them, they were fond of bringing inspiring images and artistic vision in the film industry. So they thought about how we can bring a quality and reliable product. This is the key. Even today, we are here. So in 1924, 100 years ago, ARRI built its first mirror-faceted reflector with an electric bulb and a mobile generator fully equipped with an aircraft light engine. And since then, we started improving. In 1953, ARRI acquired a space in Stephanskirchen. This is a small town in Rosenheim in southern part of the Germany. And since then, all the lights which you are seeing today has been produced from the same factory. Over 60,000 high quality luminaires are being produced every year, which utilizes the conventional and LED technology throughout the year. So this is a 3,000 square meter factory which is existing in the Stephanskirchen currently. Let me just give you a very quick glance on what is ARRI lighting lineup? Just for the people who doesn't know about the lineup. So the first part is the tungsten lamp heads. This is the most versatile lamp heads which is used in both studio and field applications. We have the ARRI Light Plus 750 and 2000, and then we have the ARRI Junior with ARRI 150 plus, 300 and 600 plus. Then we have the True Blue tungsten version, T1, T5, T1, T2 and T5. Same with the studio version. We have the studio T12 and T24, which is 12,000 watts and 24,000 watts. This is a open face. These are Fresnel lenses. So in 1937, there was the first Fresnel lens of light which was launched, and since today, we are still using Fresnel lights in the shape of L7. This is the daylight series. We have the award-winning M series, which have the M8, M18, M40, M90. When I'm telling these numbers, these indicates the watts which has been used. M8 utilizes 800 watts, M18 utilizes 1800 watts, M40 for 4000 watts, and so on. Then we have the D series, True Blue D series, Daylight series, and the bigger one, Daylight 18 by 12. So these are like approximately 60 centimeter diameter lights. This is used in mostly in this film industry for when there is a high output is required. From the introduction of metal halide lamps, for these lights, these are using HMI lamps inside it. From the introduction of these HMI lamps back in 1979, ARRI ballast have been an immense integral part of ARRI's family. So these are the power packs which is required to power up these daylights. It cannot directly plug it from the normal socket. It needs a very high voltage to get that arc between the metal halide lamps. These are like HMI lamps, maybe. I don't have a picture, maybe I'll show later. There are 3 different varieties: max range, high speed, and the basic. ARRI offers a complete LED ecosystem. This is the next part of the technology which we are going to talk about today. So we'll be more focusing on the LED lighting. We have the classic SkyPanel, we have the SkyPanel X, Orbiter, and L series. A broad portfolio of high-quality luminaires are available in ARRI's lineup that has been mostly used in almost all the industries: film, TV, photography, live events, and theater application, almost everywhere. Okay. And being close to the market, we have got so many recognition. Just wanted to show you about these. And today we are going to talk about SkyPanel X, as you all know, which is part of our LED ecosystem. As I've told, we have 4 different fixtures in the LED ecosystem, which is the classic SkyPanel, which you can see there, the long one. And we have the Orbiter, we have the SkyPanel X, and the L series. Any questions so far? Should I, if you guys are interested, I can repeat if you want if you have any questions or anything. Are you guys okay? Can I proceed further? Yeah? You can stop me anywhere. If you have any questions, please feel free. Let's make it interactive. I think, yeah, I know this is Saturday weekend, and after break time, maybe everybody is a little bit sleepy. So, yeah, this was another point which I wanted to highlight during my event in Saudi, we had a dark room and people started to sleep also at later. So now we have a very bright room here, so I'm happy we have this wonderful, thanks to the AAB team, they have created a wonderful space here. Okay. See, I will not take too much time spending on the slides. I will try to do the demonstration of the lights so that it will be more interactive. I have deleted a lot of slides in my presentation because I was just going through the slides and then I thought, okay, it's too much. We don't need this kind of boring lectures. So I thought, okay, I'll reduce the number of slides. Okay. The whole of the lighting industry was waiting for ARRI to make a move. SkyPanel X is our proposal for making the filmmaking in a new way. We wanted to bring an innovation that fits to the current market or the current workflow. We doesn't want to bring something which is completely new out of the world. That's why it took some time. Sorry, I don't know. I'll just reduce the sound. Yeah, that's why it took a little bit of time. If you are in the industry, you might know that this was a bit late, to be honest with you. We launched it a little bit late. We wanted to hear from the people what they really need, and hence we launched the SkyPanel X. With the introduction of SkyPanel X, we have two 2x1 panels in our product portfolio. This is the classic SkyPanel, which I was talking about. This is an iconic light which is still in the market. Everybody uses it. Most of the TV channels owns it. As you all know, you might have seen it in wherever set you go, you will see a light from classic SkyPanel. And then we have the new SkyPanel X. Let me just try to make you understand why the term X. What is the concept of SkyPanel X? So X is a mathematical variable. It's a solution for an equation. And also X is like a multiplying factor when you see in the mathematics. During the innovation of the light, we talked to multiple people like independent filmmakers, gaffers, DOPs, console operators, and we wanted to bring a fixture or a light which is useful for everyone. This was our target. And hence, we termed this X because it gives an extra flexibility to the workflow, expandability to the system, and there is a next SkyPanel X technology which runs inside it. The SkyPanel X also, also multiplies the functionality or the applicability of the current SkyPanel. It multiplies the performance in terms of bringing a soft light, a native hard light, and also for open phase applications like bouncing purposes and part of a modular family. So this works as a native soft light, native hard light, and also for open phase applications. X also refers to the substantial lux output which we are going to get it from there. This is why the term X is there. So to properly introduce you, what is SkyPanel X? It is a weatherproof next generation LED. As I've told you, that can be used as a native soft light, native hard light, and open phase bouncing tool while being part of a scalable modular system. So it can be scaled as well. I'll go through that point later. Okay, where do we use this? The answer is everywhere. Yes, it grabs a lot of attention in cine style applications, but it is having a remarkable presence in TV and studio applications as well. It is a great outdoor and indoor light, and also it is very interesting light for those who are working in virtual production and stage lighting. I'll come to those points a bit later. Let's talk about the design now. Because this is a sky panel, we wanted to bring a really soft light out of it. We doesn't want to change the complete portfolio of our existing classic sky panel, sorry. But also we wanted to go a step beyond. So then we had this opportunity to bring hyper optic, the panel in front of it, so we can get a good native hard light. We are utilizing the power of the entire LED, and we can use it for bouncing fixture as a bouncing fixture as well. Furthermore, it is scalable thanks to its modular possibility, so you can stack up the sky panel in 3 so that you are getting a more output. Or you can do a combination of both. So you can have a combination of soft light, a hard light, or mix it between two of this. Okay, what is unique about this light? I've been talking about the light so much, but what is unique? The main idea after SkyPanel X is to offer a native soft light that can also be working as a native hard light, not the other way around. I'll tell you why this is important. So we could have made a hard light which can be diffused to bring a soft light. But what advantage we have on this one is this. Out of a rectangular panel, you are getting a round beam. This is something unique. I don't think any of the products in the market we have something similar to this. So we have a rectangular panel, always gives rectangular field of beam, but now we have a round beam out of it. This is because of what I said, the advantage which I said before. So we build a soft light and then bring all the characteristics of that light together and put a lens in the front to bring the round light beam. And the interesting thing about this optical design is this works as a single unit, not sum of each unit. It works as a single unit. If you bring it all together, it works as a single light. So not only in terms of lighting performance, but also in terms of scalability. And since we are ARRI, we are still talking about reliability. We wanted to extend the life cycle of the product. By default, all the LED products, ARRI is providing 3 years of warranty. Here, what we added is IP66 rating, which means it can be worked in very harsh environment, and also you can clean the light like you are washing your car. So most of the lights in the industry, they self-certify their IP rating. But in ARRI, we have a thorough independent lab called TUE SUD. They do the certification of IP rating. Everybody know what is IP rating, or should I just? Okay, let me tell you. So IP means ingress protection. This is the resistance of dust and water to the device. So the first number, let me just, so the first number here indicates the resistance to the dust. The second number indicates the resistance to the water. So what it means, IP6 is the dust tight, which means no dust can go inside. And 6 here means protected against powerful water jet. So for example, your phone, it is IP67, which means you can just drop the phone in the water, but still water will not go inside. So this is about the resistance of dust or water inside your device. Here we have IP66, which means you can clean or you can use it in the rain, still water will not go inside. By the way, we are doing this testing. This lab is testing this, the TUV SUD lab. It certifies the calls with 4 testing. They will do a powder test first. They will put it in a powder, and then they do water jet, which will be a pressure water which washes the light for 30 minutes or so, and then this is how they do the testing. And then at the end of the test, it will check for any trace of water inside the fixture. Okay, let me just show you a video. Sorry.
A circular beam. Wow.
Now it's a party.
It's a punchy native hard light with a long throw.
And also powerful native soft light with beautiful colour and smooth low-end dimming.
It's flexible because it's modular.
And it checks all the boxes for advanced programming.
Plus, it's completely weatherproof.
You can also learn more about the SkyPanel X digital twin for virtual production. All that information and more at arri.com/SkyPanelX.
Do anyone own classic SkyPanel here? I mean, anyone have used with the normal SkyPanel, or you know about it? Yeah. Is it okay? Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to say, or is it like it's just? Please stop me if you have any questions. Any questions so far, like regarding the IP rating or about the uniqueness of the light? Why we are telling this light is unique. So this is what I am trying to explain here. And also I would like to go through some of the technology which has been used in the SkyPanel X. Not only in the SkyPanel X, most of the new lights which will be launched in future also, it will be using the same technology. So what we are trying to achieve here is to understand the product and also to understand what is inside it. This is what my aim is today, so that you know what exactly the light can do and why we have this light in the market. This is my goal today. So while, as I've told you, while the production of the unit, we intensively talk to the existing SkyPanel owners. And this is what we came up with. We came up with 8 points which people asked about it, and then we checked all the boxes to make sure it meets their expectation. You want me to explain each one? Yes, I can. I don't want to go through each one separately, but yes, I will point out a couple of main points. Yes. Okay. So, difference between the classic SkyPanel and the new SkyPanel. First point, the output itself. We have 20 times more output than the previous SkyPanel. So, this is what most of the people asked us. We want more intensity or more brightness, and we came up with this solution. And then, of course, the weatherproof situation, because the classic SkyPanel cannot be used in rains or for maintenance. It's very hard. If the dust goes in, it's very hard to clean. Right now, you can clean it with water. And then the full spectrum of color science, I'll come back to that point. Maybe it's a little bit complicated, but still, the main goal is that we have a wider range of color reproduction capacity or capability with the SkyPanel X. Before, we have only 4 LEDs on each SkyPanel, which means red, green, blue, and white. This is what the LEDs in the classic SkyPanel we have. But here, we don't have any more white LED. We have RGB, and then we have ACL, amber, cyan, and lime. Combination of these lights or LEDs brings you the white color. So this means that we have a capability right now, or the possibility to expand the color temperature or the full spectrum of the color. Then we have the low-end dimming capability, that there is no fluctuation in the intensity or color when it is dimming to 0. This is the most important thing, which is very important for the people who are in the professional world. And then we have 8 pixel zones in this one. You can see maybe here. This is divided into each pixel blocks. And each pixels can be controlled independently. This was missing in the other one. So we have here 4 light engines. Each light engine can be controlled in 2 different zones. This is something which is unique as well. And the integrated power supply was the next point. We have those kind of power supplies down separately in the classic SkyPanel, but now there is no more power supplies. You can directly plug it from the power socket. This is something good. Yeah, the weight is increased a bit from the classic because the power supply is inside, but still it is 15 kilogram, not more than that. Yeah. Right. For sure. Yes. Yeah. So this is about the design part. As I've told, when the integrated power supply is in, we face so many challenges. We have to make IP rating, but we have the fans. So we build a fan which is IP rated. So there is no problem. The water goes in. The fan is protected with a aluminum material in the front, so the fan not gets hurt, and all the sockets are covered, which means the water cannot go through inside. And this is another interesting point. Is the glass in the front of it, which we didn't have it in the old SkyPanel. So the problem was, if there is any LED broken, the complete light engine has to be replaced. Now, there is no problem because there is a protection in the front which helps for longer extended life. And the next point was, like what she asked, exactly about the display. Now this display is a removable one which can be taken out and then connected with the cable. Yes, there was an option to connect the cable and use an external remote control for the classic SkyPanel, but with the existing remote control, you can control the lights. And we are utilizing one of the powerful operating system inside this, which is called LIOS, Lighting Operating System. I'll go through those points a little bit later. Right now, I just wanted to talk about the difference between the classic and the new SkyPanel X. No. If with the power supply, it's lesser. if you mount the power supply at the backside of the SkyPanel S60C, and then you hold the SkyPanel X, then will be lighter. You can do the wireless. Yes, I'll come back to that point. Yes, this is the next point actually here. Integrated power supply units and wireless control. You can control the light wirelessly through your phone because there is an inbuilt Bluetooth which can enable for us. It can be controlled wirelessly from other console as well, which has the Lumen Radio CRM-X2. So you can see these are the pins which goes with the pin of this control panel, and it has a magnet inside that, so it can recess automatically with the light. And in terms of the structure itself, you can see the heat sink which is between the light engine and the components. You have a great passage of the flow of the air, and then you can see one more thing here. This is called climate membrane, which controls the humidity inside the device. So when there is a condensation happening in the water condensation, it will help to remove that water vapor content inside the device, thus helping is for the extended life cycle. And of course, it has two DMX ports, one for the input and one for the output. Then you have the network ports, which can be used as a daisy chain. So when you are controlling the light through IP, and if you have more lights, then you can connect one input here and then loop it to the next one, and then you can control all the lights with one cable, main incoming cable. Previously, before the IP lighting was introduced, everybody was using DMX for control of the lights. Now, mostly everybody is using IP, which utilizing ArtNet and SACN. These are the protocols which has been using now. And then there is a battery port and also a USB-C, which you can connect for any of the accessories which needs power, and maybe for flash drive for upgrading the firmware or something like this. And then there is the remote connection where you will connect your display. There is a climate membrane, and then there is a daisy chain input and output which can be taken and powered to the next light. So you can connect up to 3 lights from one single socket because each fixture is drawing a power of 800 watts. So you can connect up to 3 lights from one single socket. You can loop it from here to the next one. And then of course the quick release, so it's very easy to take it out and bring because the classic SkyPanel, it's a fixed yoke, so you have to handle it. Right now you can just quickly release it from this just by taking it up. I'm not tall enough, so maybe I'll show you in the demonstration. Okay. Most important point for all the rental owners, whoever owns the light, or what they have demanded was, whatever you do to bring a new unit, please don't waste our investment. Whatever they have invested with the SkyPanel classic ones, they have to retain their investment. So what we did, we introduced a new S60 adapter, so which can go in front of the light. You can use all the existing accessories like the egg crates, honeycombs, soft boxes, barn doors in front of the light. So all the existing accessories of S60C you can utilize here with the SkyPanel X. Let's talk about the arrays. This is one of the important points which I think we need to know about. So this is the X21 which you are seeing here. It can have a 4800 lux at 10 meters, and as I've told you, 800 watts and 8 pixel zones. This is what we discussed already. It can be combined to make a square light. Now this becomes 2 by 2, which means 2 means I'm talking about 2 feet, which is approximately like 62 centimeters. This is also 60 centimeters. So you are getting a square light and then everything gets doubled. The power gets doubled, the pixel zone gets doubled, and the power drawing is also doubled. And then we have the X23, which can be stacked as a vertical light, and this delivers more output than a 2.5 kilowatt HMI lamp. What does that mean? You don't need to carry a lot of fixtures in your truck while you are having a set. You just need some SkyPanel X. You can build according to what you need. Yes, it can be done. Yes, exactly. There is a little bit trick. Yes, for sure. You have to, once it is, if you want put only diffuser in the front of the second light, then it's fine. So you have to do it from 1, 2, 3. It has to go in the order. Then you can fit it in very easily because it needs to open the latch, right? As you know, you have to open the latch and then put it inside. So you have to drop it from the top. So you have to install this first, then goes this, and then goes this. Yes, please. Yes, this is the beauty of the light actually. As you make it X22 or X23, it will still gets you the round beam in the long distance, but just one round beam, but you have to be in a far distance. So what we are trying to say is that if you are at 10 meters and then you have, I'll show you in the next slide, yeah. This is the example for that. You can see a round beam from this guy who is here. This is X23. This was taken during the field test in Germany. So you can see in the picture, it delivers one single powerful beam, and then it is giving an impressive output. Please. Yeah. Good question. I will go to the next slide and this will answer your question. I'll just coming to that point. Thank you. So this works not only as, all these things not only works in terms of lighting performance, but also in the terms of controlling. This can be worked and controlled as one single light. If you make it an array, you can still control it as a one single light. You don't need to worry about 3 lights. So at the end of the day, you are just working on a single fixture. This comes to your question actually. So here, you have one modular frame. This is common for X22 and X23. You just change the stirrup and put the new stirrup for X23. So we have 2 different kinds of stirrups. This is the standard stirrup for X23. You have 3 which comes with inbuilt cables already, so you don't need to bring another cables. It can be looped very easily. So you loop from the top to the bottom for the power and the data, and then you can work as a single unit. Or you can remove it completely, the modular yoke, and you can mount it directly on the truss. So it works as a direct truss lighting system. And again, just with one control panel, you can control all the lights together. You don't need separate control panel for that. And to build this one, it's so easy that once it is on the stand, you just need to stack it on top of each other, because it is again with the same quick release lever, just stack it on top of each other. And to build the array, you have to do it in the program. You have a user menu there. You just set it up, array setup, and then it will detect itself, and then you can build the array. Unfortunately, we didn't have the X23 yoke here, so we cannot build the X23, but it's very straightforward. It barely takes 20 seconds, not more than that. Yeah, so in the menu, you have to go to the user menu and change to array setup. So once it is array, it will detect 1, 2, 3 lights. You just need to add those lights to the array, so it will work as a single light. This is why I told it's like maximum 20 seconds to do this procedure. And once it is done, it will be stored in the memory of the light. And it can be controlled from the phone through Lico app. There is an application from ARRI. I'll try to show you that. So I'm trying to play around with the light from my phone through the app. I have all the controls exactly like what I have on the display here. So whatever I'm changing from here, it's been changed in the display as well. So you can see when I'm changing here, it changes the menu here as well. What? Yeah, this is, I can see exactly what is on the monitor from here on my device. So through Bluetooth, I can control it. No, this has to be wired. If you want to use this, it has to be wired because it needs the power. So the power is getting it from the fixture itself through this limo connector. That's one of the main reasons. Any other question? Yes, please. Thank you for this. You are asking questions, so it means it's worth what we are doing here. Yes, V-mount batteries. This is the same thing which we are using in the classic SkyPanel. But if you ask me how long it will stay, I don't have a correct answer for that because it depends on the age, type of the battery, how many watts you are using, and different things. But the thing which you have to note, this USB-C port can draw 15 watts of power. So if you're connecting something here, then the battery will drain faster. And also it depends on the mode which the light is working on. If you're working in a low noise mode, which means the fan is working very slowly. And if you're working on a high output mode, which means you have a high brightness and the fan will work more, this will draw more power. By default, it is taking 800 watts of power. This is the maximum typical power consumption of the light. So yeah, you can use a standard V-mount battery and connect it with the 3-pin connector here. And for those who are working on the DMX profile, again, this works as a single unit. So they can control the intensity with one DMX channel, and they can control the whole light. And it can work as a 24 different pixels. So one light have 8 different pixels, and then 24 pixels can be separately controlled and separately colored up. Talking about pixel, there is also something quite interesting. You can work with this as a texturized section. This is mostly used in the VP stages and for the stage lighting, for counter lighting, where requires some canty effects or something like this. So it can be used for this purposes as well. There is one more method. You can increase the array horizontally. Now we were talking the array vertically. You can, with the help of a very cheap quick lighting twin quick bracket, you can insert it between, and then you can go this way. And the good point is that still you are getting the round beam. As far as you go in the distance, you are still getting the round beam. So this is something very interesting. No. From the one stand, no. It has to be in the truss. So if you have a truss, then you can hang it on the vertically. Because again, it depends on the stand what you're using. It will not give you the support for, each light is approximately 15 kg. So stand does not have more load capacities. The synergies. So as a company dealing with camera and light, we have something very unique. There are 3 additional modes called Alexa modes, which will match the sensor of Alexa cameras. So you don't need to recalibrate your lights. It will automatically calibrate with the sensor of the camera. So there are 6 operational modes. One mode is high CRI mode, which gives you greater color. There is a next mode called high output mode, which gives you greater brightness. And then there's a standard mode, which will work as a standard both in an equilibrium position. Why this is important? Because of the fan noise. In some set, the noise of the fan in the light will be captured in the mic of the actors. So sometimes there should be low noise from the fan. So by compromising a little bit on the brightness and increasing the color, you have a variable fan, which means when the heat is going up, the fan will start rotating. Until then, the fan will be so slow. So you will not hear the noise. And then there is a digital twin available for the virtual lighting. The people who are in the virtual world who are working with Unreal Engine, they can have the exact replica of the light in Unreal Engine. We have some accessories like beam enhancer filter, which goes in front of the light to cut the edges of the light or soften the edges of the light. And also there are some DOP accessories, snap bags, honeycombs and stuff like this, which can go in front of it. I don't want to explain about this. This is again specification, boring one. It's all available on the website. Okay, for those who are interested, if you scan this QR code, I think it still works, I hope. Yeah, so you have an app called Photometric app, for those who doesn't know. This will give you a complete information of the existing ARRI product lineup, discontinued lights, product catalogs, the details of each light is clearly mentioned in this application, and it is a very handy tool who are DOPs or gaffers in the world. So I guess, and this is the application which I was talking about. You can control from your phone the lights, so you don't need to, especially for the guys in the AAB, so you don't need to control the lights from the control panel. You just install the app, and then you can control it from your desk when customers are in. So they'll be happy to see some kind of. Can I change? And all the products highlights, including the camera, including everything. All the ARRI products are available in this page. Those interested can scan this. Okay, any questions so far? I mean, any additional questions? Yes, please. Great question. This allows me, sorry. I'll bring the Okay. So if you want to know how you want to buy things and what you want or what is your requirement, you can easily go to the website and then you can find it from the lighting, and you go to the sky panel. You have the new SkyPanel X, and then on top of it you will see a configurator tab. This will take you to find out in which application you are going to use. Let's say you are going to use it in the Cine Style application. So let me go to the, now what you need, X21, X22 or X23. And this gives you how much lux each light can give you. So I will just try to do the X21 by default. Okay, what you need? You need a soft light or you need a soft light and a hard light. So I'll just go for the soft light, and then it shows you what it comes with it. So X21 soft light configuration, you have the SkyPanel X itself, then you have the control panel, then you have the yoke, and then you have the main cable which comes with it. And then it is inclusive of the dome, which is this one. So this gives you the soft panel package. Now if I choose X23, for example, I choose for soft and hard light, then you can see what it comes with it. It gives you all the 3 hyper optics which is in front of it, and then you have the light itself, and then you have the modular frame, and it also shows you the recommended accessories. So whatever accessories you need, you can select it from here. I think this is a great tool, and then our guys can help you to give you the best quotation for this ones. Yeah, this is what it comes with. So you can see all the details, and you can change the, if you click on the modular yoke, for example, so it will show you what is the modular yoke. Yeah. Cool. Anything else? Right. Yes. Yes. So now a 120 you have to have the twin quick lock which I show you, so you can go in the horizontal wise. No, SkyPanel X will be only with the same size because it is modular. This is the reason. So if you want a 360, you stack 3 of the lights together, you are getting almost similar to the 360 output. No, this will be the only size. This is another point which was spoken during the production, because S60, S120, S30, S360, we have 4 different varieties on the classic SkyPanel. So how to reduce that? The people who owns S360, they need a big flight case to save it. They need a lot of storage area. So then comes this idea, okay, why don't we build a fixture which can be modular so that you can build at your own requirements. So that's why we only have one SkyPanel X. We can take a break if you would like, and then I'll just come back and give you a little bit glance on hands-on on the light. Then we will do a couple of demos, how we can work on, play around with the light. And then we will wind up. So we will not take more than half hour, I think, after this break. So another 30 minutes and you are free. Hello, check. It's okay. You guys have to ask more questions actually. Because you guys will be demonstrating it to the clients, right? So the guys from AAB have to ask questions. Okay, from next session onwards, we will have more of the technical things, and it's something which will be interesting, I guess. 20 minutes, not more than that, don't worry. We'll stop as soon as possible. കൊണ്ടുവരേണ്ടി വരും. അല്ല അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് നമ്മളെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിച്ച ആൾക്കാരെങ്കിലും വന്നിരിക്കട്ടെ. ആ പെണ്ണ് പോയോ? മറ്റേ ആൾ പോയോ? ആ ഒരു പെണ്ണുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ലേ ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങളെ ഇതിൽ ഡിസ്പ്ലേയിൽ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്, പുള്ളിക്കാരി പോയോ? Okay. Shall we start? Sorry, shall we start? Shall we continue? Yeah. Just 15-20 minutes, not more than that. Yeah. Okay, I'll just go for it. I think some people left and some people are still somewhere there. So let's continue. Okay, I'm just trying to talk about the technology, what we use. As a company that makes both camera and light, maybe this is something interesting for you also. Camera sensor is good when a good light strikes on it. Otherwise, it's not really useful, right? The ARRI Spectra light engine, which has been developed with an intimate understanding of how a human eye and a digital cinema camera can see the world. This is how the ARRI Spectra light engine was developed. On camera side, Alexa camera side, we have ARRI's reveal color signs. This reproduces range from extreme subtle hues to extreme saturated colors. But a camera this good needs a good LED light that can reproduce all the colors, correct? So ARRI Spectra is designed to do exactly the same. Together with spectra and reveal color signs, it can reproduce full chain of colors from subtle hues to the most saturated highlights. So in the industry we say light with the best, capture with the best, and see the best. This is a basic principle. So we are using, as I've told you, 6 color light engine, R, G, B, and then ACL, amber, cyan, and lime. So we don't have any more white LED. It is a combination of all the lights. Okay, what does it allows? It allows to have a wide CCT range. So we have a CCT range starting from 1500 Kelvin up to 20,000 Kelvin. In classic SkyPanel, we have 2800 up to 10,000. This is what we had achieved because of this ARRI color spectra light engine. So we wanted to go and challenge ourselves. This is the CIE 1931 chromaticity diagram. This represents the color what a human eye can see. So you can see this is the human eye visibility color spectrum. And this triangle which you are seeing is the Rec 2020 color space. Rec 2020 is the color space used in UHD TV, the ultra high definition, which is for 4K and the 8K. The previous one is the Rec 709. This is mostly used in almost in the market currently, because there is, to be honest, there is no display which can reproduce Rec 2020 color space, which means there is no display which can reproduce a human eye's color capability. Nowhere. This is very hard to be achieved by any technology in today. So we are trying to achieve Rec 2020 color space. So how does SkyPanel perform? It can have almost 90% of the Rec 2020 color space is being covered with SkyPanel X. This is because of our light engine. Did you get this, what I'm trying to say? This is, make sense? So this gives you the freedom to play around. You can create different colors for your different projects. Usually the biggest challenge in a cinema world or in a capturing world is the skin tones. It is very hard to achieve the exact color skin tone. Yes, of course, on the camera side, we try to capture as good as possible, but you need a light which can reproduce all that colors as well. We have very nice camera in our lineups. But what happens if you are using cheap lights? You cannot reproduce all the lights, all the colors. There are 7 different color modes. This is CCT mode, where you will control the white light with different color temperature, which I said from 1500 Kelvin up to 20,000 Kelvin. 1500 is the warmest, 20,000 is the coldest. So when you bring down the color temperature, you are getting warm color, something similar to this. And when you are increasing the color temperature, you are getting something white light like this. Then you have the HSI, where you have a full control on the color with a saturation control. So when the saturation is 0, you are getting the white light, and when you go saturation higher, you are getting the full color. Then you have the XY coordinates, mostly used by the professionals. They have a value, XY, the chromaticity diagram which I shown before. So in the professional world, the people are using the values. So they tell the gaffers or DOP saying, okay, this is the value, XY value. They come here on the light, they put exactly the same value, which is using this mode, and you get exactly the same color what the camera is looking for. And then you have the RGB ACL mode, which you have an independent control over the LEDs. So you can control red, green, blue, amber, cyan, and lime LEDs separately. And you have gel selections, where you can select between 318 different gels across the library from Roscoe and Lee. So whoever is interested to have a Roscoe gel in front of it, no need to get the Roscoe gel. You have already a preset which can exactly match to the gel which is required. Then you have source matching. It is mostly matching with the lights or with the sources available in the common place, like traffic lights, television, like fluorescent lamps, CFLs, any HMI. So it matches exactly to the same color of any of the sources commonly available. And there are some effects like paparazzi, welding, party effects, and something like this. Yeah, so if you have some, for example, this light. So let's say you want to match this light, you have a cross selection from the source matching menu. You will see something similar to this. You select that and you have exactly the same light as the source. No, you just need to select the source. Like, okay, a fluorescent lamp. Fluorescent lamp, it has its own color. as a normal fluorescent lamp. You select fluorescent lamp here, it will match to that fluorescent lamp which is common. It's not exactly to the same light, but it is a common fluorescent lamp. There is a common color for the fluorescent lamps. It will match to that selection. I have gone through this point before. It has 6 operation modes. So it depends on which mode you need. If you are interested to have more brightness, then you go for the high output mode. If you are interested to have more color rendering index, then you go for the Alexa vary fan mode. Otherwise, by default, it is in the standard mode, where it is in an equilibrium position. And you already saw this can be removed. The control panel can be removed and controlled through this kind of cable. It can be connected and then used as a normal one. It is a very intuitive graphic display. You have these menus. The dimming fixture of the light is one of the interesting thing, or I think this is mostly important not only in the TV industry but also in the live situations and for the cinema applications, because okay, what I'm trying to do here is I created a queue actually which dims all the way from 50 to 0 and from 0 to 50 back. So you can see there is no change or no fluctuations or flickering on the light. It goes exactly from 50 to 0 without any flickering. This is what we are trying to show you, the dimming pattern. So you can see how it is dimming down, and then it gives you a very smooth dimming curve. There are 4 kinds of dimming curves: logarithmic, exponential, linear, and S-curve. So there is no color or intensity jumps in any kind of dimming. This is one of the key aspects in most of the motion picture industries. I think I have completed all my slides, and if you have questions, please come and play around with the lights, especially the guys from AAB World. If they have something to ask, you will have questions. Come and play and ask me any kind of questions. Whatever I can, I will answer. If you guys does not have any questions, thank you all for coming here today, and I hope it might be something useful for your future endeavors. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
I'm waiting for the matching. How you will match that one? Because in, for example, different lights, they will use the application. Thank you. They will match from the colors.
I tried to stop before what you said.
How you will match, boss?
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming. Okay, there is source matching here, right? Okay. So there are lots of sources which you can see here. So you just need to click on one of the source. For example, the halogen lamp. If you want to match this, this is when you're clicking on halogen, you are getting the halogen lamp.
Different lights, if you match something, for example.
No, there is no sensor for this, but in orbiter we have a sensor. You know about orbiter light, right? Or you haven't seen orbiter light? Why did it change? Somebody is playing from there. Can you ask him to put it back? Okay, please have a look on this video. He's playing around. Okay, there it is. So this is also using the same technology as the SkyPanel X. So the thing is that you can change the optics in the front, you can put any kind of optics. This was released in 2020. So for different shadows, you have different lenses. Weight? This one is 12 kg, I think. Orbiter. You can have different domes. And it's using the same display as the SkyPanel X at the back side. You can remove it and put it. So it's the same thing.
Not touchscreen, right?
No touchscreen, no. And the modes, you can see it's almost the same. Every mode is the same. There is no change in the modes. See how easy they are moving things and changing the lights. No, for the cable they have to buy separately. Yeah. So in the package of this one, it comes with the light, with the front dome, with the yoke and the power cable. This is what it comes as a soft package. It is also using RGB AC. So you see how they are putting the sunlight. They are moking up the sunlight from the backside with the orbiter. And you can see how they are playing around with the color. You can just see here. Now this is something interesting. Please have a look on this. So she blows out the candle. They reduce the light. But it's actually happening from the light. See? This is how they are moking the lights actually. It's not the candle light they are seeing. So in the set, this is what is happening. No, because this consumes 800 watts as I've told you. So it needs to be a bigger one. I cannot give you a value. The big one, yeah. Yes. But this is easy to connect it on the power outlet. So you don't need an extra power generator for this. So it can be directly connected. No. There is the operation temperature as per the theory is 40 degrees Celsius, not more than that. Here it has the sensor, a color sensor on top. So when the ambient light is there, it matches the color for that. For orbiter, there is a sensor on top of it. Here there is a sensor. Yes. Connector. It is already IP-rated. This is completely new. But you have to keep in mind, all the curve outlets have to be closed. Otherwise the IP rating is no more valid. It has to be closed. This by default is IP rated. You don't need a cover for this. Fan is already IP rated. You don't need a cover for this. But the rest of the connectors have to be closed. Then only the IP rating is valid. Yes, it is. But please try to, maybe this is something which you might be requiring when a customer is coming. You have to show them how to change the hyper optic in the front. So Can you try to remove it from the plan? Any one of you, try to remove it. You can try to remove that. Someone taller, you can remove it from there. This one? No. This one. Try to remove this. No. You have to remove from the two sides the clips. Please keep a hand on top. Yeah. Okay. You can try to put it back, maybe. You don't need to do that anymore. Okay, fine. Okay, so before you put it back, let me show you. So this is, has anyone from service here? Anyone from service? Service center? Okay. So in case if there is anything broken, usually for the classic SkyPanel, it has two light engines, one here and one here. Right now we have 4 light engines here. Yes. So in case if there is something broken, they have to change only 1/4 of the light engine, which is again a cost-effective thing for the customer side. And now you have a glass in the front, which is very resistant. So there is no chance that an LED can be broken. But if you try to open that SkyPanel, you will see. Let me try. Can we lift it up? See, there is no cover here. So there is a good chance any of the LED is broken, they have to change the complete LED panel here.
So this one?
Yeah, this is one of the complete LED panel. There, this is the size of an S60. So 2 LED panels are here. There you have 4 LED panels. So this is something